All right, y'all. Welcome everybody. We've got a little KingVic mini episode here coming. This is going to be the first episode among many that I'm going to release every so often. Um, we've got a lot of news coming out of Congress. We've got some rallies going on, and we've got obviously some hate crimes because whenever somebody's doing something positive, somebody's got to be doing something negative. So go into the description down below. Follow my link tree link for all of my social media platforms to get up to date news on me and what's going on with the podcast, with this stream, with my gaming channels. Now, let's just dive right into it. So, first off, we're going to cover the gun violence rallies. So, over the weekend, there was numerous marches for the Our Lives Matter rally. The latest to join them on Saturday was LA for the LA Times, but we also had cities like New York City, Atlanta, and Chicago were all joined in on this. Over 1,000 people in LA gathered around City Hall downtown for the student-led march against gun violence, prompted by recent mass shootings, including one at elementary school in Uvalde, Texas, the Robb Elementary, one at a supermarket in Buffalo, New York, that happened just a few weeks ago, and both of those together killed 31 people. The LA March for Our Lives rally was one of hundreds that took place across Southern California and the nation on Saturday in solidarity with a flagship march in Washington, D.C. The movement emerged after the 2018 shooting Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Parkland, Florida, that left 17 people dead. So I didn't know personally that the Our Lives Matter or Our Lives rally was a thing after that one, but it's good to know that people have been trying to do this and trying to get together and stop gun violence. That type of stuff needs to be in the news, but unfortunately, it's not. We glorify killers in the news instead of glorifying something like this. Um, just a matter of a few hours before the LA March, thousands of people streamed to the National Mall for the highest profile demonstration to mark a renewed push for gun control. Um, so, with this being said, we also had breaking news coming out of the Senate. This is what prompted this episode in the first place, but Democrat Senator Chris Murphy says that we have a deal today. A bipartisan group of 20 senators, 10 Democrat, 10 Republican, is announcing a breakthrough agreement on gun violence, the first in 30 years that will save lives. And he says, I think you'll be surprised at the scope of framework. Here's what that includes. So, major funding to help states pass and implement crisis intervention orders, or AKA red flag laws, that will allow law enforcement to temporarily take dangerous weapons away from people who pose a danger to themselves or others. My only problem with that is then you're giving more power to law enforcement, and with all the stuff going on right now with law enforcement, I don't know. All right, the next thing is billions in new funding for mental health and school safety, including money for the national build out of the community mental health clinics. Okay, cool. Um, then they're going to close the boyfriend loophole so that no domestic abuser, a spouse, or a serious dating partner can buy a gun if they are convicted of abuse against their partner. That's perfect. That's key right there. First ever federal law against gun trafficking and straw purchasing. This will be a difference making tool to stop the flow of illegal guns into cities. That's great. I'm glad to hear that. But a lot of these shootings that are happening are with people that have legally purchased their gun. So I want to see if he gets into that where he talks about legally purchased guns. Enhanced background. Okay, well, I spoke too soon. Enhanced background check for under 21 for anyone under 21 years old buying a gun, and a short pause to conduct the check. Young buyers can get the gun only after the enhanced check is complete. Um, Next up, clarification of the laws regarding who needs to register as a licensed gun dealer to make sure all truly commercial sellers are doing background checks. Now the question is, So we're going to make sure commercial sellers are doing background checks, but what about the people that are selling at gun shows? Because I don't think they're considered commercial sellers. I think those are private party, but I'm not 100% sure. Um, he also says, Chris Murphy also says, will this bill do everything we need to end our nation's gun violence epidemic? No, but it's a real meaningful progress and it breaks a 30-year logjam, demonstrating that Democrats and Republicans can work together in a way that truly saves lives. He goes on to thank the 10 people that are working on this, drafting this law and passing it through both chambers will not be easy. We have a long way before this gets to the president's desk, but with your help and activism, we can get this done. This time, failure cannot be an option. He's right on that. Failure cannot be an option. The issue I have with this, just right off the bat, is nowhere in what I just read to you guys or what I read just myself, and I haven't read anything that I'm not conveying to you, do they address buying assault rifles, which is kind of concerning because like a lot of the mass shootings right now have been assault rifles. Well, at least two of them just recently have been assault rifles. So this doesn't right now what they're proposing doesn't give you anything to solve that part of the problem. Whether anything else will change from that, we don't know, and we'll have to wait and see. It doesn't seem like he gave any other updates. Any other updates on that? But I mean, it does seem almost like an anemic response to what needs to be done. It doesn't feel like it's everything that needs to get done, but obviously we don't know. I don't think Republicans are going to go for what everything needs to get done, because remember, Republicans are backed by most Republicans are backed by NRA, and if they don't have that backing, they lose a lot of money when they want to go for re-election, and they're not going to want to lose that money, which is why stuff hasn't changed in the last 30 years, which is why they let the assault rifle ban go in 2004 in the first place. Because if they do that, they're not going to get that backing. There's no way they're going to get that backing. Like someone brought up a good point to me the other day, yesterday actually, that when 9/11 happened, we made all these changes to how we fly. So when we made all these changes to how we fly, now you have to get to an airport 3 hours early, make sure you're on time for your flight because you have to go through so many checks and balances before you get on the plane. Might not be 3, might have 2, but you get what I'm saying. You have to get there way early so that way you can be checked out and screened before that. And how many other terrorist attacks using planes, like those type of planes, have we had since 2001? Since September 11th, 2001? But yet, it's easier to get a gun, an AR-15 in particular, than it is to do that. So the response to that was swift and quick, but the response to stuff like this hasn't been. 2012, we had, 1999, we had Columbine, which was in the middle of the assault rifle ban. In 2012, we had Sandy Hook, and nothing's been done since then to swiftly take this down and try to help stop the issue. We need more. We need more of these people. What they're doing right now isn't enough. And what they're doing right now still leaves us vulnerable because even with these proposed things that Chris Murphy was talking about, these aren't in the bill. They have not been voted on, and they have not made it to the president yet. Until something makes it to the president to stamp off on it, what he's saying means nothing. It's caca boo boo. Like, come on. So they need to do something. They need to get on the same page, and they need to do what's right for the American people. This is a step in the right direction, but we'll see what happens when we actually step that way. So the next thing I want to talk about in this episode is right now we're in the middle of Pride Month, which everybody should be supporting somebody that's Pride. If you don't support that, then you need to shut the hell up and just keep to yourself. But yesterday on June 11th, white supremacists were charged with hate crime plans. So in Northwest Idaho, the police there arrested more than 24 members of a white nationalist group and charged them with planning to stage a riot near an LGBTQ Pride event. Now, this is a pre-planned LGBTQ Pride event. Lee White, who is the police chief in the city of Coeur d'Alene, told reporters 31 members of a Patriot Front face misdemeanor charges of conspiracy to riot, and additional charges could come later. A local resident tipped off police saying they spotted the men wearing white masks and carrying shields getting into a U-Haul truck. So the man called police, telling the emergency dispatcher it looked like a little army, according to the police chief. Police pulled the truck over about 10 minutes after that call. Police recovered at least one smoke grenade and documents that included operational plans from the truck, as well as shields and shin guards, all of which made their intentions clear, White said. They were going downtown to riot. They were going downtown to break up this Pride event and potentially kill people or harm people, maim people because of the way they are. Like, you have a clear choice to do the right thing or do the wrong thing. These dudes clearly chose the wrong thing to do, and that's not right. Like, if you don't like it, shut the hell up, stay inside. You don't need to go out. You don't need to be harassing people, bothering people. Like, let people live their lives on how they want to live it. You have no choice in the matter. You have no say in the matter on how anybody else portrays their life or lives their life. That is for them to decide, not for you. Just stay home. Like, I know these assholes and these idiots think that they're the right type of American, but there is no right type of American. Everybody is equal, no matter who they choose to be, whether you choose to be black, white, man, woman, alien, dog, cat, whatever you want to proclaim yourself as, perfectly fine. And no one can take that away from you. No one can judge you. You are you, and that's all you can be. But, guys, let me know what you think about both things. Let me know what you think about Congress actually coming together and doing something finally, at least making a little bit of progress, even though it could fall apart. Let me know what you think about the rallies that are going on currently, and let me know who you support during this Pride Month. So, guys, that's going to be it for me today. You guys have a good one, and I'll catch you in the next one.